Well, hello, it's me again, Darzzr, and I thought I'd just show you what I've been up to lately. I've been caving today, found this ravine, also found an abandoned mine shaft that was so far unexplored. But I'm coming to the end of this caving session, because I know that's not the most popular thing to see, and I thought I'd just video myself making a complete hash of getting out of here. Let's see if I can get out of here without drowning. Come on! At least it's midday. And we'll block off. Whoa! There we go. So, this is quite an interesting area, isn't it? Some nice mountains there, some roses, some pigs. We're at the northwest. I'm sorry, we're at the northeast of the map here. Ooh, let's have a look at those mountains over here. This isn't an area which I think has been much explored. Sugarcane. Vexy has recently changed the price of sugarcane on the server. It used to be $10 a block. Ooh, that's a sinkhole and a half. Used to be $10 an item on the server. It's now $5, and I think, if I'm absolutely honest, it's got to be us new guys that are to blame, because we've all built massive sugar farms, reed farms, and it's quite a nice little bit of landscape. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of some of the extreme hills formations. I mean, some of them do look a bit, well, you wouldn't get that in real life, would you? Be honest. Nowhere I've been on planet Earth has ever had an enormous floating bit of rock in the middle of the sky. Sometimes it can be really majestic, but sometimes my heart almost sinks when I come across a mountain that just looks so unrealistic. It pulls me out of the game completely. And on some of my single-player maps, I've got kind of obsessive about it. I've actually remodelled entire mountains just because they annoy me so much. Hello, what's in here? Nothing. Nothing. You see, that's a nice mountainside. That is awful. That doesn't look like anything. But oh, look at that! We're not so far from a populated area. We must be. Is this around the back of Uniclad's area? I must admit, when I was looking for this area, I kind of walked in the direction of Uniclad's house, but then carried on into the mountains behind for some distance. And certainly I dug underground a long way. Yeah, it's not going to be particularly easy to get around here, is it? Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to, unless this drops down into a sort of sub-basement. No. It's getting night too. I'll tell you what I'll do. Oh, it's a nice waterfall. I'll pause the recording right now, and I will just check where we are, and once I'm around the front of whatever this building is, I'll come back. Okay, tantalising bit of bridge there. Sun's really getting down now. I don't know what I really should do. Wow, this is quite big, isn't it? Oh, I know what this is. Castle Ogeron. I thought this might be the little castle that Uniclad, the slightly smaller castle that was on the top of Uniclad's house, but this is that big arch that Falaron made. See what I mean, though, about all roads leading back to Castle Ogeron? No matter where you go on this map, you seem to end up at Castle Ogeron. I don't know if they changed the frequency of chests spawning in mines, but there seem to be so many in that one. I remember when I first found my first few abandoned mine shafts when I started playing in 1.8. It took me ages before I found a single chest. It really did. And maybe I was just unlucky, but on this server there just seems to be so many. I actually could do with some more dirt, so I'll get that. Thank you, Mr. Creeper. I heard some note blocks go off there. I think I definitely had some note blocks. I mean, there's undoubtedly pressure plugs around here, but oh well. You're in the wrong place, matey boy. Go on. Shouldn't be in well-lit areas like that. He hasn't read the script. That's a bit more. Oh, hello, CQ's in. Hello. So going back towards Vex's place. Oh, blue sheep. Hello, that's escaped. I know where that's come from. That's come from the sheep farm. From here, it's glitched out. Shall I bury a cat while I'm going? No, I don't think I'd better. Yeah, that's deeply unnatural. 4 chickens out of a single egg. Sorry if I've misspelled hygienic. Anyway, so you can see I've added a bit to the top of the house, and I took Felleron's suggestion, which I think he was joking, but I liked the idea. And I've filled the dome with water, which took some doing. I almost thought about recording it, but it was a bit like watching a guy threading a needle, you know. Alright, here's something interesting. I can hear some doors opening and closing. I know CQ's on the server. She just told me, in fact, that that ship that you can see out the... Well, you can't because the trees are in the way. The ship that you can see out there, it's actually Cleo's, not hers. So I was wrong in the last video. So where are these doors opening and closing? Now, we are next door to the prison. And there you go. It must be that. It must be. Someone better not put villagers in my house. Oh, maybe it's... Yeah, I didn't show you this before. This is my infinite spring, and that's where you go down to the subway. It definitely sounds like it's coming from my house. You saw this this little tunnel in Vex's last video about the subway. Just this is where it comes up into my house. There you go. And that's what it sounds like when you fall into a spring. Where is that coming from? Okay, this is something else I'm going to show you anyway. It's not hugely sophisticated, but this is my sugar farm, and it's got 2 layers and it goes on a fair way. I would have made it bigger, and I also would have put blocks here for the things for the pistons to push, but we're really limited with dimensions. On this side you've got the prison. On this side you've got somebody's route down to the mines. I don't know whose it is. It's probably Guitar Flats, but it's, you know, all well dressed and lit in there, so I didn't want to mess it up. By the time you get to the far end of this is now getting up very close to Guitar Flats underground, you know, where he's got the containment area for the villagers. And the weird entry to this farm, this dual staircase, is because just under there is the subway. So we've got to be really careful about where I can put things underground. And that's another reason that I chose stone brick for the walls in here, because we really are right up against the prison walls. This is actually the part of the prison wall, which is also stone brick. I haven't bothered dressing the walls further back for the most part, because you know, you can't really see it unless I'm doing maintenance, and I don't care what these things look like. I've only dressed the bits you can see. I'm not happy about this bit of redstone that's running between the two sides. I might adjust it so it runs underground or even through here if I can. It's just one of those things. There were quite a few things that I wanted to tweak after I got the mechanism for this working, and I only just replaced all the walls in it with stone bricks. So right now that's where we are with that. Now I've also replaced part of this ladder with wood. I've moved my bed back down here because obviously there's no point having a bed in a room full of water. I've added a safe drop to the alleyway below, and we've now got an extension as well. I do like this dome now it's full of water. It's just, it makes the geometry much clearer from a distance. So we've got this new crow's nest up here. Originally I had this kind of open. It looked better from the ground, but it was horrible when it was raining up here. So yeah, there's that ship. Bexy's place. You can see how many sugar canes there are around the outside of that shoreline there. Now let's see what's going on with this prison and what these. By the way, this alley is also mine. Bexy let me build an alleyway running between my house and the prison because I just felt when we had this gap and it was just two walls next to each other, it just felt like in a real town, real city, there would be something there. Now let's see what's going on in here. I guess it must have been them. It sounded really... Hello. I had a zombie. I relit this place lately because when I was working on the mines, all I could hear... Sorry, the mines. When I was working on the farm, all I could hear was zombies in here. And they were spawning on the walls and spawning in here. And banging against the doors and getting into places. And still getting in here. It's still getting in here. And you notice the villagers that attract them. Let's just see if they've got into the dungeons downstairs. Oh, they're getting closer. You are sentenced. No, he got out. You dirty criminal, you. Is he in here? It seems really close. I can hear a skeleton too. Alright, alright. Oh, I've just broken something. Okay. Alright. I will have to repair this. But I'm wondering where they're getting into. And this looks dark. This is it. This has got to be it. This has got to be it. Somehow they're getting into here. Alright, I haven't got any stone on me. Don't you even think about it, mate. You... Ugh. Alright, I've made enough of a mess down here. Let's sort this out. So yes, good as new. Everything's put back as it was. And I've lit up that area. I think that's where those zombies are coming from, though. Those sort of hidden redstone areas. That's interesting, that hole in the wall down there. Looks like some of these are actually... Wow! Wow. Yeah. That's not what I expected. I thought this stuff was all closed in. So maybe the stuff we can hear is actually coming from that cave system. Oh. Maybe it is. It doesn't sound like it. It definitely sounds like it's coming from inside the walls. Oh, it's close. Let's open this up. Just have a quick look. Yeah, that's it. And it's a creeper. Okay. Let's see if we can sort this out without... Oh! Well, that's one way of sorting everything out. To be honest, though, this isn't a hugely complicated sort of redstone circuit. You see, this hasn't been sealed in at all, has it? Yeah. Let's just block this off. Let's block this all off. And... Oh, that's where the... Oh, dear. Alright. I've got some repairs to do. I'll come back in a minute. Okay, very nearly done. One of the sticky pistons was blown up by the creeper. I've actually managed to save a bit of redstone. So if we just block that off. There we go, good as new. And the good thing is I can't hear any zombies or skeletons. Well, there we are. That's the prison. And I'm not going to be going in there again for quite some time, given what seems to happen whenever I do go in there. But I'm quite pleased I managed to get rid of that dark spot. Because that was driving me up the wall. You know, every time you come down to the sugar farm, you just hear the coming through the walls. It's insane. Miguel's had a similar problem actually with his farm system, and I'm going to show you that because it is a work of art, and I'm feeling generous because I've managed to save some redstone. Oh, he's already got some in there. Alright, I won't give him any redstone. But let's go and have a look at what he's been up to. He recently built a storage area as well, which, you know, he calls me down and says, "Oh, I've done a storage area, come and see." And I do, and it's, you know, I'm expecting a big room full of chests like the Senator's got. But, you know, I go down there and it's a work of art. So this is the storage room. I mean, look at it. Oh, I see his slime farm. He's working on that at the moment, the slime farm. And I'm not too sure about this glitchiness. I had a bit of trouble with glitching slimes myself. Okay. Maybe that's not the best thought out slime farm I've ever seen on a multiplayer server, but I will show you this. I think this is absolutely brilliant, and I wouldn't do this. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mighel, that I'm going to be taking away some of your crops. I mean, this is really annoying. I can't stand in one spot. But this is an automatic farm, the way automatic farming should be. And I tell you what, I'm going to be absolutely straight here. Any bits of cactus that I get, someone I'm going to shove in his mailbox. So I'm not going to steal from Mighel. See, that's automatic, isn't it? Just everything comes out there, isn't it? Sure. Oh well. Where does he put this stuff? Planks. Potions and food. Oh, this is so annoying. Alright, I'm not gonna mess around down here any longer. It's driving up the wall. Yeah, Mighel, seriously, man. Seriously, you need to sort out that slime farm. That's what it looks like from the lower level. Oh, a huge one. I love it when huge ones get stuck in tiny areas. Yep, that's it, they've all gone. And now I don't know how to get back. Oh, that must be the way. Okay. Now, like I said, I am going to be honourable here, and I'm going to give Mighel back the stuff that I harvested from his automated farm. However, I'm going to keep the slimes because I think I earned them. And there'll be more that spawn under there anyway. So, Mighel, just take it as payment for me testing your slime farm. And if you take a tip from me, maybe do something about that top level, because that's really annoying when they glitch through. Returning to the top of the dome for just a minute. One thing that I do wish is that we had some domesticated water creatures that I could put in here that wouldn't despawn. I mean, squid, for instance. Annoyingly, I have had squid spawn in my reed farm, but it's below the water level. You can't help that. I really wish we had proper fish. That'd be neat to have a proper aquarium up here. Also, we have the problem on this floor of the safe drop. There's no safe drop on this floor, even though this is probably where you really need it the most. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, after the last video, Vexy revealed to me that I have in fact put the sheep together in the wrong direction. It should be facing this way, not that way. Okay, so at some point I'm going to have to do that. If I get round to that, I will probably record it next time, just for posterity, just because it was involved. It'll be easier though, rotating at 180 degrees. 90 degrees was really difficult because it's kind of got a rectangular base, so everything had to be taken down. Whereas just flipping it over, it's just a matter of taking the head and tail ends out and swapping over. Probably have to move the tunnel underneath as well, because there's fountains over the front two legs. And we'll put that tunnel back so it comes up the right leg. Anyway, yeah, the safe drop from here. The obvious place to put it is here, really, down the middle. But first of all, there's a tendency to fall off the steps as you're doing it, because I did try this. Secondly, it happens to also be the two blocks where the ladders are on the lower floors. And I could move the ladders, but it would be a major job, because the little pillar that connects the main house to the hexagonal dome really is only wide enough to take those steps. And so to move that, I would have to move this whole assembly off to one side, which means the symmetry would all be screwed up for one thing, and this roof would have to be rebuilt, and the floors would have to change. In short, it's... And also the other thing is it's quite neat having this sort of rise at the point where this roof below the main stairs sort of stops. So I'm not too keen to move the ladder. So yeah, any ideas at making a good safe drop, I would be interested to hear. Also, this is the grand staircase and it really needs a revamp. I'd like to have it sort of flow out to the side more, so it is more like a big old style grand staircase. And I really wish we could have pillars going up here. Square wood just doesn't cut it. There are alternative texture packs, of course, that do include pillars, but I just want the shape of a pillar, really. So, again, something to think about, In the meantime, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again some other time.